Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chrono Trigger walkthrough. I think this is part 26. Sounds right. We're picking her back up at we're in the Black Omen, just started. I believe this is the first save spot. Black Omen, again, honestly, in my opinion, this place is just great. Especially if you're looking to get the most out of your game, the Black Omen's fantastic. So here is the first battle with the panels, and every single panel in this place can be charmed for a speed tab. And I believe this is where I capped everybody, or I should say my 3 main party members. I kept out with speed. Was in here. Try to count them all up. I would guess that there's got to be right around 14 or so. Again, I'll try to count them up. I don't know that it's that important that you know, but you know that's a lot of speed tabs, so you can really max out a couple of people. Like I said, I want to say that if you do 2 full playthroughs, you can max everyone's speed. Alright, so here's the next 2, I believe. And the panels, I guess, I'm not 100% sure if the Rage Band, or if their attacks will trigger the Rage Band's counterattack. So I unequipped Chrono, and I actually put a gold stud on him. I think it's a great, again, I've said it a few times, it's probably my favorite accessory anyway in the game. I guess Rage Band has become my second favorite, but it can be a bit detrimental in this dungeon, especially because you're going to want to charm a lot. If you don't care about charming the enemies in here, then by all means leave it equipped and go to town. But I find that there's so much stuff here that I want to use the charm command with, and I don't want to kill it before I get the chance. So that's where I stand, I guess, with the Rage Band / Gold Stud. And these, I think it's the boss orb and the sidekicks, yes. So these things are just like the Rebels, in that, I want to say that the sidekick is what gives you a bunch of tech points and experience. I don't think the boss orb itself gives you tech points. So if you are trying to get tech points for some characters, this I guess would be the place to do it. There's quite a few of these in the dungeon, spread out throughout the dungeon. So again, if you've neglected a couple of characters, as I have, but would like to learn their techs, again, I would say that maybe this is the place to do it. It can be a little rough. There's a couple battles that come to mind. The goons, specifically, because they hit like trucks. So you might want to just be careful, but for the most part, it's not too difficult. On here, I just started right away. There's no reason for me to fight these, really. I didn't care about the EXP, I didn't care about the tech points, because these 3 are maxed out. They've already got all their techs, so again, just bailed. I started bailing on, I think, all of these. I just ran from all of them. Just to speed things up, get through here a little bit quicker. I don't even think, I didn't make it to the end of the Black Omen. So the Black Omen actually ends up being like, I want to say 3 videos. It started with, you know, the very end of the last one. I know that was only, you know, 10 minutes. It's the first boss fight, and then, you know, whatever, 3 or 4 trash fights until the save point. Here is the Metal Mutes. Trying to think of what they have. I want to say they've got like some sort of ether. Check here to be sure. Yes, the hyper ether. So I did steal one, just because. The 5 MP cost Luminaire with the gold stud equipped. I don't know why I didn't just use a cube toss. Oh, that's why I didn't use a cube toss. Because Marl died right there. I think I expected her to die. So. Yeah, their drain skill is pretty. You know, hits decently hard. So, not... I guess I would say, you know, here in the Black Omen, be very careful. This is, doesn't take much for your characters to get knocked out cold here. There's a lot of enemies that do some pretty decent hitting attacks. Tubster comes to mind. I think we'll get there. We'll get to the first Tubster in a little bit. I believe they counterattack every single hit. And not just counterattack, they hit like half shot your characters. So again, you know, be very careful. Don't just queue up a bunch of fight commands and expect that you're gonna turn out. Expect they're gonna come out okay. Alright, so this is the first point where you fight is it the Flyclops? Yes. Flyclops. I don't know if I'd say favorite enemy in the game, but they are the ones that you can charm the gold studs from. So I spent a little bit of extra time. I cut out my extra fights out of the video, but I did come back and fight these a few times just so that I could get gold studs for everybody. I don't know how necessary it is. I mean, if you've got 3, you know, you can only ever have 3 characters in your party at once, but I think I did it more for convenience. For my, you know, for any subsequent playthroughs, then I can just equip one, you know, on whoever, and not have to switch them between characters. So yeah, so that was my reasoning. They can be a little annoying if you let them live. They'll keep absorbing your MP. So, you know, unfortunately they all, well, I don't know if I'd say unfortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately, they line up perfectly so that if you Falcon hit like I just did there, you wipe everything out. So, you know, good or bad, I don't know. It would have been nice if if the mutants would have been down a little bit farther so they wouldn't hit the Flyclops as well with the Falcon hit, so you could just wipe them out and then steal, but oh well, you know, there's other ways. There's more than one way to skin that cat, I guess. But here, so I must have stole, I don't know if I stole 2 of them, but I stuck that on Ayla right away, because she only had the silver stud, which obviously did not, oh, and you know what, I still had I had the frenzy band on still. So maybe the panels abilities are don't get counterattacked with the rage band. Either that or I just got lucky. I'm not sure. So So yeah, so that again, I cut out a bunch of extra battles there because I want to say that I stole like four or five more of them. I think I had enough to equip everybody with one, but again, I'm not 100% sure. I don't really remember. I thought that this elevator was weird. I would have swore there was more fights on this elevator, but apparently not. But here is the first place that you fight the Ruminator, I believe it's called. Yes. And these things are interesting. They will basically kill each other off. And then I don't know if they'll actually attack your characters or not. I'm not sure. I don't know that I ever got attacked the whole time that I fought these. But anyways, they're apparently cannibalistic and eat each other. But the one important thing to know is you can steal mega elixirs from them, which are obviously just fantastic. They're the best healing item in the game by a long shot. So, you know, if you're quick and if you steal from the right ones, you can really come out with a few, you know, every fight that you get in with these. So yeah, yet another reason to take the pair of Ayla and Marl, or I guess, you know, if you want just Ayla, she can get the job done. Especially if you equip the charm top on her. I believe it increases the success rate of charm. I never use it, but that is because I've always got Marl, so there isn't much reason to then. It's real good. So anyways, got another set of the boss orb and its sidekicks, and I just bailed. I wasn't interested in fighting anymore. So I'm contemplating, being that I'm getting so close to the end of this series, you know, I still haven't decided. I'm guessing I'm going to end up doing a full, like, endings, or at least how to get them. I don't know if I want to have them all, you know, take a video of them all played out. I guess I probably should. Just I don't know. I think that feels like something I should do. I guess, you know, being that I've already done the full walkthrough with commentary of the entire game. You know, it kind of feels like I should finish it off with all the endings too. Probably makes sense. So I may do that, but stay tuned. But anyways, I'm trying to decide what game to do next, and the digital remaster of Final Fantasy X apparently is coming out. I want to say in March. I want to say like the 18th or something. So again, you know, that's still a month and a couple weeks away. Yeah, about a month and 2 weeks or so away. But you know, I never played the international version, and you know, so there's some differences obviously going to be between 10 and the HD or the remaster version, and it sounds like, you know, it's basically the international version, which I never played. So you know, that may be a little more interesting for me. I actually recently went through 10. You know, maybe recently is not a very appropriate term. I know it's been at least 6 months. It's probably been closer to a year. But you know, I went through the whole thing. Almost redid the whole. I tend to, you know, try to maximize my stats and whatnot. So I went through the grid and wiped out, you know, any of the like weaker. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting a little too off subject here, but you know, I tried to get the most out of the game and really power up my characters. So spend a lot of time on it. So I don't know. I don't know if that'll be my next game or not. It's one of my favorites. I want to say that it's of the series. I do think 10 is still my favorite. You know, a lot of people really like 7. You know, when people think of the Final Fantasy series, I think that, yeah, and I do. I love 7. I do. I'll say that. It's just a fantastic game. Definitely still one of my favorites as well. Just not at the top of the list. 3, you know, it was 3 on Super Nintendo, and they remade it and called it 6 for the PlayStation version. I recently went through that as well. Kind of did the, I guess you consider it the low level challenge until I got Espers. You know, whatever. I tried to get as much stat gains out of Espers as I could. So I don't know if I'll, you know, I don't know that I'll do a full video walkthrough for that. I just don't know. I'm really up in the air as far as what game I want to tackle next. Final Fantasy 13 may be an option too. It's one of my favorites. I seem to be saying that a lot. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, I really enjoyed that game as well. So who knows? I haven't used my. I got a Hopog HD, whatever, DVR video capture device that I haven't even used yet. I've had it for like 6 months and I haven't actually fired it up yet. So maybe that'll be a good excuse to use it. Yeah, you know, I don't know if anybody cares, but I ended up using picking up a Dazzle to record the old, you know, off of the PlayStation. The Hopog actually, unfortunately, is what I bought first, and I didn't realize it, but the Hopog doesn't support PlayStation 2. The resolution, you know, it's too low. Which I always, I don't know, I found strange. You know, the Hopog can handle Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, but it can't handle PlayStation 2. So, very interesting. So you know, back to Chrono Trigger. The last video or the last couple fights have been pretty much trash. There's no new enemies, nothing real fantastic. There's a couple more opportunities to steal from the Flyclops, you know, if you haven't got your gold studs yet, and if you want to. Frankly, you know, now that I've watched the video, the spot that I grabbed mine from was probably not exactly optimal. There's some other easier fights to steal those from. And there, finally, we've got the first haste helmet. I want to say that I finally equipped Marl with it. Yeah, it looks like that's the deal. So 50% time, less time between attacks. So you know, I don't know. It's honestly, I don't know that I ever used one before this playthrough. Wow. I shouldn't say that. I know I've used them before. I just don't know how much I use them because I've always got Marl with me anyway. And since she's got the haste spell, it always kind of felt like, well, you know, do I want it on my helmets? Because it seems like kind of a waste. But, you know, it's not really. I think that, you know, maybe on second thought or third thought, I don't know. It seems like it's still, you know, a legitimate item. Just because, you know, to haste up 3 players on your team is 3 full turns, you know, or you can just equip the haste helmets and, you know, you've already got it. So, you know, when it comes right down to it, they're probably pretty fantastic. Unfortunately, that takes up your helmet spot, so for the ladies don't get any main armor that can block status effects, so their only option is either the Vigil helmet or the Prism helmet, unfortunately. So you know, you either have to go without status protection on the ladies, or you have to go with one of those two helmets and not the haste helmet. Males, on the other hand, Chrono, for instance, you can stick a haste helmet on him and then still go with the Nova armor and still have status protection. So, you know, when it comes right down to it, it's personal preference. I do find that status protection is decent. So here we've got the Tubster, and Tubster absorbs Shadow. So, good to know. And then he counterattacked on Marl for like 600 damage. So, again, you know, be careful in here. These Tubsters hit like trucks. Interestingly enough, if you were paying attention, I did steal a power tab from them. And these can be respawned. And in my opinion, this is the best spot in the game to farm them, because you just run right back over to the right, which I believe I do, and respawn them. But again, you just gotta remember they hit like trucks, so you're gonna need to be healing your characters up and keeping them healthy. Otherwise, they're gonna be laying on the floor. So just by returning to that room right there, that's what respawns the Tubster. I don't think you can go up into the next spot and then come back down. I don't think that will respawn them. I think you have to go back to the room with the news. But again, you know, if you've got somebody like Frog or Magus or Robo, you know, wow, I guess I could just list everybody here. You know, and you wanna bring up their power stat or cap it out. You know, you could spend as much time here as you want, and just keep charming the tabs over and over. I guess I would say that this is probably the most efficient method. Well, with my gear setup. So what I was doing there was I was twin charming, because I want the best rate possible to steal from those. And then since Maul's got the haste helmet, her turn finishes really fast. So then Chrono can just use Ice Sword 2 with her to finish the fight. And then here we've got some Gato or Gato lookalikes. And I thought about stealing from them. I believe they've got power meals, which again, I'm not 100% sure on what they do. They seem kind of pointless. Doofda. Excuse me. But they do drop Hyper Ether, so that's a good thing. And I lucked out and ran through that spot and avoided the battle. And then here you've got another fight with the Ruminators. Again, love these guys. Just love them. I tried to guess like efficiently steal Mega Elixirs here. I was like, well, this guy's pretty close to the other one, so I'm probably not gonna get another chance to charm. And then I saw that guy look like he was coming over to the right to eat the other one. You know, so I was like, well, I better steal from that one. So I was at 2. And then here, I think I guessed wrong. Yeah. Alright, yeah, actually I guessed right, but his attack actually hit right as I had selected him for the charm. And so the other one got 8, so it messed up my charm, and it ended up going to you know, one of the Ruminators that I had already stolen from. So, and then here I just let the two fight it out, and then I selected this guy to finish him off. So interesting fight. I like how they programmed those, you know, to go off each other basically, and it's more or less a race to get the charm off, you know, before they all wipe each other out. So I guess that's another perfect example of where having 2 haste helmets would be pretty nice. Marl and Ayla would both, you know, be hasted and thus have less time between attacks, and potentially not potentially, I guess you'd have a better chance of stealing Mega Elixirs from all of them. It looks like I don't know how many more there were in here. I'm guessing there was at least another group of 4, but I think I had stolen. Boy, that was 3. I think I stole 1 or 2 from the set that had. There was 2 of them. You know, so it's probably 5, and then I think I got 2 on the original fight of 4. So, you know, 6 Mega Elixirs already and counting. And again, you know, they're the best item to heal your party with in the game. I mean, full health and full mana. It's really, really good, obviously. So here you could steal another tab from the Flyclops if you want, or another gold stud, but this is probably the most dangerous fight to try it in. You want to get these goons down as soon as you possibly can. I think I did spend a little time here, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna steal from these guys because I kind of wanted a couple more suits of Nova armor, just cause. I think at this point I've got at least 2, if not 3 now in my inventory, so, you know, I won't be able to equip everybody. That's close, though. I mean, Chrono would have... Actually, yeah, that's probably fine. Magus has got his best armor already, the Gloom armor and the Gloom helm, so he's got his status protection there. And then Chrono would have a Nova armor, Frog would have one, and then Robo. So, I guess, actually, when it comes down to it, I probably have enough status protection for all my male characters. And here, this would, you know, it's potentially a lot of tech points if you can get these down in a decent amount of time. Here, I didn't bother because I didn't care. Alright, got a power seal. Yet another item that I would most likely never equip. And here I believe this is the last Tubster in this dungeon. He's accompanied by 2 Flyclops. You know, minor annoyance. All they do is absorb your MP. Breath of Fire 3, that could be another, I know it's a random thought, but Breath of Fire 3 I guess could be another possible walkthrough. That is a fun game too. Really enjoyed that one. I played that. Ooh, I don't know when that was. Maybe that was this last summer. I went through it. I don't think I actually... I think I just, you know, was powering up at the end of the game, and I didn't actually beat it. I think I did. I elected to not fight the end boss. When I'm trying to, you know, power up my characters, I guess, or, you know, get them really increase their stats, I tend to try to not beat the game because then I feel I lose my drive. You know, so I think I got them pretty powered up and then just kind of let it, yeah, I don't know, whatever. I must have got into something else. Chrono Cross, there's another game I played recently that would probably make a really good walkthrough. That is a very, very interesting game. Very different from this one. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. It was a really, really cool game. Really cool game. So yeah, I guess that's an option too. We'll see. We'll see what I fall on, or what I land on. Speed tab. So speed tab number what? I don't know. Well, I think I said 15 earlier. I don't know if that was accurate or not, but that was probably the 7th one or something like that. Right there. So they're piling up, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Alright. This area is quite interesting. Here's another good example of learn from my mistakes. I think I attacked one of these. I attacked an alien with a physical attack, and it just one-shot me. We'll see. See if I remember it right. Another interesting thing here. So I twin charm a magic tab from that alien. There it is. Counterattacks during battle. Boom! Just bam. Just a kill shot. Doesn't even do damage, it just kills you. Kills you straight out. Very interesting. And then here I use charm, and I end up getting a shield, I believe. Which kind of blew my mind. I did not realize that it was possible to have 2 different charms from an enemy. Here you go. There's a shield. And I was like, what? Lame. Because I wanted the magic tabs. And these are the only enemies in the game. Well, I shouldn't say that. That is not true. It's a bunch of bosses that have magic tabs. I didn't remember what this thing had. Magic ring, okay. And then here I think I was gun shy. I didn't want to attack anything else. Because I was worried that they were just going to get one shot again. And I don't know if it's just the alien that counterattacks with the one shot or not. I don't think I actually attacked a blob. But here we go. I finally get back to twin charming the final alien. And what do you know? I get another magic tab. So interesting. You know, again, like I said, very interesting. I did not realize that you could get 2 items from the same, like charm 2 items from the same monster. I don't know if I never thought about it or if it just never, it never arose. I'm not sure, but it's pretty cool. So, yeah, again, get your magic tabs if you've got Ayla in the party. Get your tabs from the aliens. And here, I don't know why I think I initiated this next fight with the sidekicks just to see if they would be accompanied by an alien, because I did not want to miss any opportunities for decent charms or steals. So that was the only reason why I initiated this fight. Otherwise I could have just avoided it and not killed extra time, but hey, oh well, that's how you learn, right? I was not sure, so yet another speed tab. And here is a fight with the other 2 aliens. So I think this is it for this particular screen. You can obviously charm the magic tab from a total of 4 aliens. So, I can't recommend not taking Ayla here. There's just too many good steals or charms. like to use the term. It's normally a steal. You know, in every other game they would have just called it steal, but apparently in this one they just had, decided to call it charm. So, whatever. It's cool. It's different. Different, sometimes good. And a Mega Elixir. Because I haven't got enough of those already. Oh, there's never such thing as too many, though. Alright, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the second part of the Black Omen. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, but I hope you join me for the next video. Alright, thanks for watching.